It's been a year now since quite a fuck up occurred. Looking back, it's not as bad as I remembered, but there were some regrets I felt as well. I will not speak further of that, since that behavior of mine is long gone. What I do want to explain, however, is something that has brought nothing but mental pain when it comes to content. So, you may remember me discussing my concerns about Un-Sensational 2 in a previous update video. I had mentioned some repetitive video plots that I personally peeved, and it seems he has gone more creative, well, with mixed results. Let me give you a few examples of what well, ticks me off, if you will. Let's start with his favorite OCs, Sage, and his crew of Mary Sues. The quote-unquote protagonists of the series. Back then, most of the crew had a balance between good and bad. Until the trip happened, and then everything just went to shit. A lot of characters like Michael, Luke, and Serenity by a degree, all became blind bystanders of Sage's crew, rather than actual characters nowadays. A majority of the time, they're usually angered by something the enemies have done, and as a result, they go after them with revenge. Bringing up past actions as well. Speaking of enemies, oh god, the Trip Gang may as well be the most slaughtered when it comes to use. I cannot even feel a sense of positivity whenever SO2 uses them. I don't even think they even had an original formation at all, except possibly the Halloween special, but other than that, they barely, and I mean, barely had screen time together. I have a video of sorts that describes my issues with Go Anime Gangs planned for a later date, but for now, let's aim our focus on a certain video, a part of the expulsion arc. I never thought Nash being a pedophile was possible, but here we are. To me, this almost subverts what I thought of this guy, a ruthless fucker with little heart. But no, make this guy want to fuck children when he literally just beat up 2 of them during Black Friday. You may be quite surprised, but I'm one of the few folks who thinks ASO2's Trip Gang stuff really could have had more to it. I started to really act this way when Aries came around. As we would write some script ideas relating to Trip and friends. And I must say, it sort of made me feel, well, more invested to use these people, much better than whatever the fuck Mr. Sensation and Blue Angel are up to. I mentioned the latter for how he portrays his characters, including some others from many channels like HARASS. Most notably. Oh, god, those videos. I honest to god can't go without feeling negative emotions whenever I see a video like this come out. Or even Blue Angel's content as a whole, to be honest. As a person, he's pretty generous, but when it comes to fucking videos, it almost feels like they're unbearable to get through. There are 3 reasons really. Firstly, most if not all of the vids feel like they've been rushed out with no effort considered. For example, fonts are just slagged on without adding any detail. A lot of his vids barely contribute to the use of the composition/camera tool, which as a result, makes his videos look very uninteresting. Let's not mention the constant use of the Ving Studio Music Library, which I can get for copyright reasons, but I should note that the YouTube audio library exists. The second reason comes down to the plots themselves, which is really the most important flaw I have with Blue Angel. Let's think about this for a minute. You ever thought Dora would ever make a rape video out of someone? Well, apparently, that happened in this very video. Basically, Blue Angel thinks of the worst crime possible for his characters to commit. And then those who commit said crimes proceed to get reprimanded and beaten by who most of those see as the quote-unquote protagonists. Another peeve is that most of his videos are just characters standing and talking. Nothing much else than that. And again, it's mainly commentary relating to other videos. Don't even get me started on the dialogue, alright. Both Blue Angel and AS fall pretty flat with it. Then there's times where he'll spoil plot points of other videos out of nowhere. And it's mainly by characters that barely anyone knows. Which transitions to my third con with him, characters. Why the actual fucking anal sauce are there so many characters? Like Christ, there doesn't have to be this amount of siblings under one family. Much like how most of ASO2's characters act, Blue Angel's lineup is far too expanded, and I can assure you that most of them behave similar, if not worse, than ASO2's OCs. What I'm really trying to get at is, all of the characters from both channels have no real personality to them. And then there's the designs. Again, both channels have a mixed bag when it comes to this. Although I do have a peeve with AS, since he seems to go for a more conservative approach, much like a smaller portion of the community who still make characters like they're from the GGU era of grounded videos. Anyways, most of the designs come off either alright, to downright repetitive. As with these girls shown here. I know I may be acting quite picky, since I do have a distinct style myself, but I do not mind others doing similar. I feel like the community has yet to fully branch out nowadays. To overall conclude this, well, right, I guess, I'm just overall concerned with a few folks in the community who seem to have potential going for them, but fall pretty flat. And that flatness is only mixed with terrible plot lines, too many characters, and lack of effort. That is all. I ask not to take this into a negative light, and rather, keep note of it, and hopefully, we'll see improvement with these two. And many others out there as well. But anywho, gotta get going.